Hello, this is my mom and my dad. I hope you are going to like my conference. The first thing I'm going to talk about is my reading. Enjoy. My reading intro. My favorite reading lesson is when we read about Pompey's final hours. I'm going to read you my thinking about the article in my reading journal. One of my favorite parts in Pompey's final hours was Crumbling City. The city has started to get worn down by tourists and people vandalizing homes. 2 million people a year come to visit. A tomb was being torn apart by people taking it home and by heavy rainstorms. That was my thinking for Pompey's final hours. One of my goals is to read more genres of books. We have been reading the BFG, and so far Sophie has gone to England to meet the Queen about the giant man-eating problem. Also, I'm going to read to you my reading life and my favorite parts about it. For my reading life, one of my favorite all-time books was probably Dick and Jane from my childhood. And some of my books that I love to read right now is Wonder, The Watsons Go to Birmingham, Hatchet, Among the Hidden, The Quest for Paradise, a Geronimo Stilton series, and I Survived. For writing, we are working on narratives. The one I will read to you for my favorite part is called My Guinea Pig. For My Guinea Pig, I love how my beginning and my ending connect together. It starts with the same phrase as I am 9 years old, and in my ending it starts with I am 9 years old. And the thing I will read, and I hoped you liked my story. One of my goals is to work on transitions and organize my writing. For word work, I'm going to share with you my test. For one thing in my for my test, I got 12 out of 12 for all of my words. And then for my test, we had to find similar words to the same ending, same base, ing, doubling, for same words for the original words, and I got 41 words. So any questions about that? In math, one thing I would like to improve on is adding fractions. I am good when it's with clocks, but other strategies I'm not so good at. One string we are working on is multiplying fractions, adding fractions and dividing them, and subtracting them. So for this one, I have 1/2 minus 2/5 and 1/6 plus 1/2. And over here, we were working on, we would take a fraction for 3/5 minus 2/10, and we would change them into money and get a money answer. For my math tests, I will show you how I improved from the first test to the second test. On my first test, I got 9 stars, which isn't very many out of 21 questions. And then for my second one, I got almost everything correct, which is a big difference. And for science, we are working on the cores of the Earth. For example, the crust, which we live on, the mantle, the inner core, and the outer core. One page in my notebook will say about the steps. So it just says about the crust, it's the thinnest layer below the ocean, top layer like an eggshell. There's the mantle, outer core, and inner core. And then we had to draw a little picture right here. And then also for science, if I will read to you, if an alien came to our planet and asked what plants are about, we have to tell him everything. Which I started off with, Dear Alfred, I hope you like the flowers on our planet, and we had to tell, what are plants? What do plants need to survive? Some important plant parts. How are plants different? What is photosynthesis? How do plants reproduce? Some ways plants help us, and some fun facts if we wanted to. For social studies, we are learning about government. The branches are executive, judicial, and legislative. One page explains how all the government works together, so one does not have more power than the other. So my life and career skills are, I gave myself all 3s because I work good with others. I stay focused on skills that we are working on. I always am a part of the conversation in the morning meeting. I work well with others if they're staying focused on the task. I like to help friends at recess, join in and always encourage them. For Pride of the Pack, I have been doing a good job earning Pride Prints. Right now I am at 48 Pride Prints. I have got most of them by coming into the classroom quick and quiet. I don't know what I'm going to buy, but I will think about it. For my goals, one of my goals is to work better with other people that are not staying focused on the task. Because sometimes they go off and fool with their friends, and when they're doing something, like when we're supposed to be doing something. So I'm going to keep working, so I'll try and help them keep working on the task. I'm looking forward to. I can't wait for some science and social studies. I also love stuff like that. I want to go to the sailing field trip a whole lot. So any questions or comments? Thank you for coming. I hope you liked my conference. Thank you.